The new year is just around the corner, and with it comes a fresh batch of anime. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 anticipated anime of 2017.
空の青さを見つめていると、見知らぬ彼方へ帰りたくなる。
For this list, we'll be looking at the anime set to debut in 2017, whether they're a brand new series or a sequel season to a current show. We'll only be including entries that are absolutely confirmed for a 2017 release. So, the new Evangelion, Steins Gate 0, Season 2 of the 7 Deadly Sins, and of course Code Geass, Lelouch of the Resurrection won't be included, despite how much we're hoping they'll all come out this year. Number 10, Little Witch Academia.
ようこそ 魔法の国へ
While originally just an animated short, the charm of this bewitching tale earned plenty of praise from audiences, which eventually led to a lengthier sequel. Apparently, that still wasn't enough, as the troublemaking trio of Akko, Lotte, and Susie are getting their own series, where we'll no doubt see them attempting to become the best witches they can possibly be while attending the magical school of Luna Nova. So, here's to hoping that this series will follow Trigger's usual quality standards.
どうも
Number 9, KonoSuba Season 2.
僕は元気で今は冒険者をやっています
In 2016, this surprise hit was born. The story of Kazuma, your typical fish out of water protagonist, who just so happens to end up bound to a less than benevolent goddess after suffering a less than heroic death.
私のストレス発散はこのくらいにしておいて
Regardless of his lack of machismo, his knowledge of gaming has served him well as he, Aqua, and the other lovable female companions venture across a world straight out of an RPG, ensuring that Season 2 will have plenty of monsters, comedy, and of course, explosions. Number 8, Touken Ranbu. The new year is bringing a wave of hunky husbandos for your viewing pleasure with this second adaptation of the online web browser game leading the way. While we can't be sure how it will differentiate from the game's first undertaking into anime, which, let's be honest, was pretty bad, it's fair to say that the more serious narrative revolving around history's mightiest blades being turned into male warriors is bound to be interesting. Best of all, this series is being developed by Ufotable, who have proven to be one of the best modern animation studios. Number 7, Fate Extra Last Encore. Based on one of the more recent entries in the Fate series, this dungeon crawler is now getting its own anime treatment like its forebears, albeit in an alternate timeline. While it's pretty much guaranteed that we'll see the familiar faces of Archer and Saber, it's some of the new faces brought into the mix that we're most excited for. Assuming Shaft's adaptation will follow the same plot, we have high expectations. Just give us more speeches about us being bones of our swords and we're satisfied.
I am the bone of my sword.
Number 6, My Hero Academia Season 2.
個性がなくてもヒーローはできますか
Our timid yet courageous protagonist Izuku must not only live up to the duties of a hero at the titular academy, but also deal with the League of Villains, who, from the looks of things, are determined to convert some of the newer recruits toward the dark side.
いつまでも雑魚で出来損ないのデクじゃないぞ
After we found out the previous season would only have 13 episodes, our hearts sank. But thankfully, the title card at the end of the series promised us an upcoming season, which means more All Might! Number 5, Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga.
俺は助けたい子供は必ず助ける
The blue flame-wielding son of Satan returns for the long-awaited sequel series. Here, the X-Wires find themselves in Kyoto, where they'll soon be crossing hellish blades with a new enemy, the Impure King. Hopefully we can expect to see more of Rin and Yukio's brotherly bond, plenty of foes to be set on fire, and maybe even the reappearance of the King of Darkness himself.
Right before Satan possessed me, I could see all his memories like they were mine.
It's been a long time in the making, but we're sure the wait will be worth it.
I wouldn't push my luck if I were you!
What the hell? Number 4, Attack on Titan Season 2. Ready your three-dimensional maneuver gear and prepare to see gigantic heads roll as the Survey Corps continue their war against the ever-looming threat of the Titans.
And you know you have to fight.
With the female Titan defeated and the mysteries surrounding the walls laid out in the open, not only shall we see the return of fan-favorite characters Levi, Mikasa, Jean, and Eren, but if the manga is followed to the letter, then we're in for a truly royal rumble.
What could possibly have been worth all this death and destruction?
This is the sequel we've been promised for quite some time, so fingers crossed that they don't cancel it again.
Starting now, we launch an attack on the Titans within our walls.
Number 3, Fooly Cooly. Everyone remembers Haruka, right? The spontaneous, violent, guitar-wielding investigator from the Galactic Space Police Brotherhood? Well, either way, she's back, which can only mean a huge amount of chaos is bound to follow.
I don't care what happens to this planet. They'll have to learn to think smooth, I guess.
Commissioned for 2 more seasons, we can expect to see plenty of giant robots and space pirates make appearances, most likely out of Naota's head. Sure, we're more than a little nervous that this one might not live up to its predecessor, but come on, it's Fooly Cooly. What could go wrong?
It's time to get what I want, but I need your help, Kate.
Number 2, Fatestay Night, Heaven's Feel. Phase Zero and Unlimited Blade Works ensured that this particular series stood at the pinnacle of fantasy-themed anime. Well, they return once again for another reimagining based on the hit, multi-branching visual novel. The first in a new trilogy of films, Emiyashiro will once again find himself pulled into the Holy Grail War. With masters and servants letting loose on the big screen, it's pretty much assured to include some truly amazing battle sequences, plenty of bloodshed, and a new direction to lead these characters down. Hold on to your noble phantasms, this one is going to be quite the spectacle.
他のやつより何倍も怒ると思う。
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
We need to make our preparations immediately. That's all we can do. Everything else depends on him.
みんな、また会えたな。俺はどうすればいい？どうすれば？
Number 1, One Punch Man, Season 2. You wanted Saitama, you get more Saitama. Taking the anime world by storm, the titular hero returns along with his signature supporting cast of bizarre yet badass heroes, following his victory over Boros.
お前は強すぎた。
What do we want from a second season? Everything taken to another level, of course. As his triumphs only become harder and harder to ignore, the likelihood is that we'll see Saitama and Genos interact more with other S-class heroes like Tatsumaki, and of course take on even more ridiculously powerful villains. They set the bar really high the last time, and we can't wait to see Saitama smash it to pieces with a single punch.
ワンパンで終わっちまった。
Do you agree with our list? What anime are you most anticipating in 2017? With new top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
アトム・ザ・ビギニング